It was like I stumbled into a secret hallway nobody even noticed before, and stepping through it flipped the whole game on its head. I used a method that most folks just don't seem to see. Curious how I pulled it off? Stick around. I'm walking you through every step. Back when I started messing with crypto, I had no clue what I was doing. I'd see a coin trending, hear people shouting about it online, and toss money in without even thinking. No plan, no research, just vibes. My thought process was basically, if they're making bank, I should too, right? And for a while it felt like I was on fire. Gains were rolling in, everything looked green, and I figured I cracked the code. But then came the market dump. Everything nosedived, profits disappeared, and I was left holding a busted portfolio thinking, wow, I really messed that up. That's when I came across this low-key method that looked way too straightforward. No hype chasing, no memecoin madness, just a reliable routine anyone could follow. I stuck with it daily, and honestly, it worked better than I expected. No wild swings, just slow and steady gains that added up fast. Let me walk you through how it works so you can see what I mean. But before we dive straight into the tutorial, there's something important I need you to know, because this is exactly where most people slip up. I get it. The excitement is real. I was right there too when I first stumbled across Pump Fun. It's got that clean layout, feels super beginner-friendly, and makes you think, all right, this looks easy enough. And yeah, the first steps really are simple. But the deeper you go, a few parts get trickier than they seem at first glance. Not saying it's hard, far from it. But if you don't know what to expect, it can trip you up or slow your progress. So let's slow down for just a second and go over this part carefully. It'll make the rest of the process way smoother later on, trust me. Launch Photon and switch that filter to Pump Fun. What happens next might catch you off guard. Tokens are flying in non-stop, like you just dropped into the middle of a live battlefield. It's intense at first, especially if you've never seen it before. But here's the deal. Most of those tokens, they're gone before they even begin. They don't catch fire and nobody cares about them. Your job isn't to jump on everything. You've got to keep your head clear, scan the field, and only move when something legit starts showing up. Now move the filter setting to Raydium. You'll notice the difference almost instantly. It feels more intentional and professional, like stepping away from the noise of the street into a focused workspace. The projects here seem well thought out, crafted by people who understand the process. You'll see tighter liquidity, stable volume activity, and market caps that actually hold weight. This is where the serious tokens begin to stand out. Let's keep going. We're just getting warmed up. I used to believe that launching your own token was something only developers or programmers could figure out. Like, unless you were fluent in smart contract code or knew blockchain inside out, it just wasn't for you. I thought I'd have to spend days trying to make sense of tech tutorials or pay someone just to hold my hand through it. But then I found MoonTool, and everything changed. It's built with non-coders in mind, perfect for anyone who's into crypto but doesn't have a technical background. You enter your token details, click through a few options, and it automatically handles the complex stuff for you. If you've ever bought something online or filled out a sign-up form, then you've got the skills to use this. I've launched multiple tokens using it, and I swear, not once did I need help. What seemed complicated actually turned out to be super straightforward. But first, let's start with the basics. You need a logo. I went with Canva since it's fast and really simple to use. Pick something that fits your style or even something trending right now. Lately, I've been hooked on Mob Psycho 100. It's seriously one of the coolest shows I've seen. So I'm basing my coin around Mob. Can't lie, the vibe just fits. Once your image is uploaded, go ahead and verify that it's the right size. It has to be exactly 128 by 128 pixels. If it looks distorted, fuzzy, or isn't centered properly, take a moment to clean it up. You want it looking crisp and professional. When everything checks out and you're satisfied with the final look, click Download so we can keep things moving. Alright, let's get started by opening up MoonTool and connecting your Phantom wallet. It usually links almost instantly, so you won't have to wait long. Once you're on the token setup screen, type in Memecoin as your token's full name and use Mob as the symbol. There's a field for a description, but don't stress about filling it out. I actually left mine blank too. Next, upload the logo you created in Canva and take a quick moment to double check that everything looks right. If it all checks out and you're happy with the details, just go ahead and hit Next to move on to the next step. Don't touch the decimals or total supply settings. They come pre-configured to keep the process smooth from the get-go. You don't have to tweak anything there. MoonTool takes care of verifying everything behind the scenes so you don't need to worry about it. When that's done, just hit Next to move forward with the rest of the setup. You might notice a 0.1 Solana charge for token verification, but it's optional. You can skip it if you prefer. I typically pass on it to hold on to my Solana for later. Your call either way. Once you're set, click Next to continue. If you're plugged into social media and have followers, adding those links can give your token a boost. But if you want to keep things straightforward, no pressure. You can skip it. Raydium will handle the rest just fine. Just click Skip and keep moving. It might seem smart to avoid the 0.3 Solana fee, but doing that could make your token look a bit sketchy to others. When you lock the mint, freeze, and update settings, it shows you're serious about your project and helps build trust. If you leave those open, people might get suspicious and back away. So make sure to lock everything down tight, then go ahead and hit Launch My Token Now to keep the momentum going strong. Wait up for a second. Don't rush through this step. When your wallet pops up asking for approval, go ahead and click Confirm right away. If you get a few standard security warnings or alerts, no need to freak out. That's just how it usually goes. Once this part is complete, your token will be officially registered on the blockchain and ready to roll. Okay, the next move is to secure your liquidity. Open Raydium and create a new liquidity pool from the beginning. The layout is user-friendly. All the main settings are clearly visible, so you won't have any trouble navigating. Head over to the user token section and paste your coin's contract address exactly as it appears. Getting this right is super important. Then type in MOB for the symbol and Memecoin as the full token name. Don't forget to click the Add User Token button. If you skip this, Raydium might not properly recognize your token, causing it to vanish from search results or fail to show up altogether. Once you've done that, it's time to add liquidity. Since your total supply is 1 billion tokens, a smart move is to add around 900 million tokens paired with Solana. This kind of balance helps keep trades smooth and steady while preventing wild price swings, which is crucial to maintain a stable token price as your project gains traction. Now you've got to decide how much Solana to allocate to your liquidity pool. The fastest option? Just hit that max button. It fills in the total balance from your wallet automatically. But here's the important part. You should subtract about 0.2 Solana manually before confirming. That little bit will be needed for future gas fees, and forgetting it could hold you up when you need to make your next move. After that's squared away, go ahead and set the fee percentage for your token. Personally, I stick with 2%. It's a good mid-range number, low enough to encourage trades, but still valuable for generating some ongoing revenue as your token gains traction. Feel free to go higher or lower depending on your long-term strategy. Almost there. Now just tap the Initialize Liquidity Pool button to start the final step of the process. Phantom will slide in with an approval prompt, so just hit Confirm as soon as it appears. After a few quick seconds, your token will be completely live and fully tradable on the Solana blockchain. Fire up Photon one more time and make sure the Raydium filter is toggled on. This filter is what allows newly launched tokens to show up in the list. Once it's on, look through the results. If you see your coin listed, that means everything worked like it was supposed to. The token's live, tradable, and ready for action. Now, if you want to see how your token's doing, head over to DEXScreener and pick any chart. It doesn't really matter which one. Once it loads, go up to the URL bar, replace the contract address at the end with your own token's contract, and hit Enter. That'll refresh the page and pull up real-time data for your token. If that feels a little too technical, no stress. Just type your token's name into the search bar instead, and click on it from the results. Either way works just fine. As you scan the chart, you'll notice a lot of quick ups and downs, and how those sharp moves aren't by accident. They're the result of bots that are programmed to exploit price gaps in real time. These bots buy and sell in seconds, making profits on the volatility. This early flurry of activity is common, and often serves as the spark that gets more buyers interested in what's going on. Getting in at launch is one of the best strategies. That initial momentum usually helps even out the price before things get volatile from too many late entries. After you've locked in your stake, it'll grow at a steady pace, and your profits will start stacking with almost no extra effort. And don't worry if you're feeling unsure, you're not stuck. You can always remove your liquidity whenever you want. As for me, I'm just keeping things cool and waiting to see what happens next. It's been 13 minutes since we kicked this off, and we're starting to notice a slow rise in liquidity. The incoming transactions might be on the smaller side, but they're definitely meaningful. For now, let's just watch things unfold. After 42 minutes, liquidity hasn't slowed down. It's still heading upward. Our token's been moving around quite a bit, as you can see from the chart. Let's stay alert in case anything interesting comes up. An hour has passed since we kicked things off, and the liquidity's shaping up well. Multiple recent transactions have landed, and that activity is definitely pushing things in the right direction. Okay guys, a couple of payments over $30 just came through, and that immediately gave liquidity a noticeable boost. The chart is also shooting upward, so now's a solid time to make a withdrawal. I'll lay out the steps clearly so there's no confusion at all. To start, make sure you connect your wallet to Raydium, and it has to be the same wallet you used to launch your token, just to keep everything in sync. The connection process should only take a second or two. After that, open up the portfolio section and flip the layout to standard mode so you can clearly see all your assets, especially your liquidity tokens. If they're not showing up right away, don't stress. Raydium sometimes needs around 10 to 15 minutes to refresh. Once your tokens are visible, click the little minus symbol next to the liquidity pool to start the withdrawal. Confirm Solana as the asset you'll be getting back, press remove liquidity, and then approve the phantom prompt. The whole thing should process without any hiccups. When the withdrawal is done, you'll get a message letting you know it went through smoothly. Then, open your wallet and check your balance to make sure all the numbers add up. Things are falling into place, your earnings are stable, and everything's working smoothly. Maintaining a steady rhythm is what makes this method effective. With the market warming up, it's a perfect chance to get involved again. Plus, feel free to repeat these steps whenever you want. Momentum's flowing well, things are running smoothly, and if you stay consistent, you might see some nice growth. Quick note, I don't have sponsorships with MoonTool, Photon, or Raydium. This is just an educational share from my own experience. All the useful links are in the description and pinned comment.